Hello friends. Today we will talk about the impostor syndrome. This is a psychological term that describes a specific state in which an individual feels they are taking the place of another person. Or rather, that he has received something that he has not entirely earned or truly deserved. The essence of this state is that a person devalues themselves, their experiences, skills, and knowledge. When an individual believes that they have received or might receive something solely by mere chance or luck, they often feel that they do not truly deserve it through their own efforts or abilities. This feeling can stem from a perceived lack of competence and an absence of the required experience to warrant such success. Such a person experiences stress from the fear of being exposed. For example, what if I suddenly find myself exposed and reveal my incompetence to others? What if I can't handle the pressure and end up feeling embarrassed, losing my position, or something equally important? Jacob, the son of Isaac and grandson of Abraham, exemplifies this syndrome in the Bible. This man cleverly and deceitfully took the birthright to be called the firstborn from his twin brother Esau. Despite receiving minimal support from others, Isaac found himself facing anger from his father, and his own brother had a deadly desire to kill him. To prevent any potential murder from occurring in the house, Jacob was sent far away from his home to live with distant relatives of his mother. As he journeys towards this significant location, God grants him a profound dream, revealing that he is truly the rightful heir to the blessing that was promised to Abraham. Furthermore, God assures him that he will be with him always and will bestow upon him all the land on which he is currently standing. Jacob hopes to simply stay alive and one day have the cherished hope of returning back home to his loved ones. And it is precisely this small thing that he asked God for in his dream. But God had much bigger plans for him. Jacob will spend about 14 years in that land, and the time will come for him to return. By that time, he will own many livestock and have a big family. However, when he nears the familiar land of his origins, it will feel as if an unseen force is holding him back. He will ferry his family and all the livestock to the other side of the river while he stays behind alone. That particular night, someone much stronger than him will engage in a fight. The Bible does not fully reveal the meaning of this confrontation, but it is more or less obvious that he is afraid to return, afraid of his own brother, who is a hunter, and who wanted to take revenge on him for the deception that Jacob committed. Yes, he fears for his safety and that of his family. However, it appears to me that he is also experiencing fear because he feels fundamentally unworthy to be in that esteemed place, unworthy of the abundant blessings that God has graciously promised him. After all, he himself fully understands that he took his brother's birthright by deception. He is already many years old, and he truly knows himself well. He understands that he is not the best candidate for God's chosen one. He feels like a fraud. It seems to me that he is almost asking himself, how can I enter this land? Who am I? Do I have the right to all these blessings? I am a deceiver. Why do I believe that such thoughts likely occurred during that time? Because in the early morning light, the angel who had been wrestling with him finally spoke, and he said, "Let me go, for the day breaks." But he, Jacob, said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." So he said to him, "What is your name?" He said, "Jacob." This name meant trickster. And he said, "Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, that is the Prince of God. For you have struggled with God and with men and have prevailed." "What is your name?" asked the angel. Jacob admits that his name means deceiver, perhaps even trickster. God, perceiving the true essence of Jacob's problem, speaks to him about himself, revealing who he truly is. And then he says, "You are not Jacob. You are more than a deceitful trickster who stole your brother's blessing." And he says, "You are Israel, you are my chosen one. You are the one to whom I give a new name, which means Prince of God." Upon waking in the morning, Jacob needed to learn to see himself differently. For God saw him among those whom he has blessed. And he had to learn to confidently walk in this profound blessing, to genuinely believe that he was not merely an impostor, but rather that he was truly called by God and divinely chosen by him to be one of the revered patriarchs of his chosen people. Friends, you may have also noticed that inexperienced individuals often exhibit a high level of overconfidence in their abilities. While people who have been through a lot in life are no longer as confident in themselves, they see many flaws and have experienced many failures. They seem to become more cautious about stating anything about themselves or their plans, not wanting to come across as frauds. The phenomenon known as impostor syndrome is often experienced by exceptionally bright, highly talented, gifted, experienced, and uniquely prepared individuals. However, they, drawing from their extensive experience, possess the profound wisdom to recognize both their own shortcomings and to evaluate themselves critically. But what they truly lack is the necessary courage. Moses is another example of an impostor in the Bible. As a young man, he distinctly feels his calling and is determined to take bold, radical measures to liberate his brothers from their constraints. He even killed a man. But after he has lived a long life and God himself calls upon him, he no longer feels truly ready. He feels like a fraud, unprepared and incapable. Today, I want to reach out specifically to those who have already gained valuable experience, learned from their past mistakes, and perhaps achieved significant accomplishments. You might be eager to move forward or make an important decision about something, yet you can't shake the feeling that, as the saying goes, it's too good to be true. And as a result, you become indecisive and timid in your true calling. I would like to strongly urge you to take action today. Young and ambitious individuals will inevitably make their fair share of mistakes, but you are currently in the most opportune divine timing to take meaningful action. Hold on firmly to God and fully accept the beautiful fact that you are truly blessed, just as Jacob did, and confidently step into the incredible potential God sees in you. Here's another way to express this point from a Christian perspective. Believe in yourself because God believes in you. Without faith in yourself, in your calling, and in the future that God is calling you to, you will not be able to move forward. God not only desires you to have faith in Him, but also to cultivate a strong belief in yourself, because He has faith and belief in you. And here are a few more tips. Firstly, we've discussed this already. Value yourself and your experience. Although experience can have a negative side, including the emotional pain stemming from a past failure, look at this as the lessons you've learned and the wisdom you've gained. Consider this. You've truly grown much wiser over time. Secondly, don't compare yourself to others. Every individual possesses their own special and unique story, along with a distinct set of gifts and talents that truly make them one of a kind in this world. What you have is needed by people. And lastly, often a person who feels like a complete fraud often becomes passive and disengaged. What I really want to say to you is to take decisive action immediately. Reflect on the remarkable characters we discussed about today. What if Jacob had chosen to stop, or Moses had decided not to go? What if they did nothing? We would never have known about them. We wouldn't have read about them in the Bible. We read about them for only one reason, because they boldly took their decisive step forward. What specific step do you need to take today? What are you most prepared for at this moment in your life? Decide for yourself to take action.